Yo, what up, Grab Yourself here to bring you a Sunday video right here. A special Ice Golem Tournament has launched. Well, it launched yesterday. I saw it. I didn't take a closer look at it on today. I was looking for where am I going to spend the energy I'm getting. Went into the tournament and I found that it has a void shards as a reward for this Ice Golem tournament. Yes, this void shards is the only reason most players in raid are going for this Ice Golem tournament. This one requires to fight the Ice Golem with only epic champions. If you try to use rares or legendaries, you will not score points towards this tournament. You'll just be getting your normal artifacts, right? So if you want to get some points towards this tournament and pick up this epic skill tome and these void shards, you will have to abide by the rules of this tournament, which says use only epic champions in the Ice Golem to fight it. Whether you can fight it at 13, 20, 24, 25, hard mode, it doesn't matter. As long as the higher the rarity of the artifacts you get, the more points you get towards this tournament. So I'll be showing you the team that I'm using to fight it. As you can see, I've already started a few battles. I just took a pause right now to record this video and show you my teams. Also, I've not seen, well, I checked my list of videos about Ice Golem. I don't see an epic only Ice Golem team, so I guess I better record this one and add to the archive. All right, let's get into it. Like I said, 2,750 points at the top of the board right there to get a void shards is one that is regular right now. It's not inflated or anything. It's a regular one, and it's just that this time is only epic, so it's gonna make you fight this Fire Knight at a lower level. You might not be able to get this one done at hard mode, or it might not even be worth it to fight at hard mode with epics only because of how long it might take to get the run done. Because so a lot of players in raid are recommending 20. But let's check out the points breakdown. If you click the info button right there, it tells you how many points you're getting per artifact. So with super raid turned on, I calculated I'll be getting about 17 to 18 points per artifact per battle at stage 20, right? So with that little math, 2,750 points is my aim. It will cost him about 76 battles in total to get it done, which is about 2,500 energy estimated. 2,500 energy, that's about 750 gems. 750 gems spent just to pick up one void shard. Do you think that's a little bit an overkill? Because if you have the energy just lying around in your inbox and overflowing, you could just go in there and farm it in 2-3 days that this tournament is going on. But if you don't have any energy right now, you want to spend gems for this event, that's about 2,500 energy all into a Fire Knight to get artifacts that you might sell 99.9% of the artifacts from this Fire Knight. I mean, I keep calling it Fire Knight, Ice Golem 20. Ice Golem 20 to sell all the artifacts from this content. So I don't know if it's that maths, checks out, spending this amount of gems to get that resource, just one gem and just one void shards, one epic skill tome and all that. But hey, if you have nothing else to spend energy on today, it might as well be this Ice Golem. So I'm gonna get it done because another reason to go for it, there is a 2x void shard going on right now, and if you're a newer player trying to get your first void legendary or get more void epics, this might just be the void shard you need to give you that magical champion. So if you go into, I don't think I'm even pulling shard for this time around. Check out right here, this might be the best time because the chance of getting legendaries and epics are boosted for this weekend, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So I should have done one of those shard opening videos, but I didn't want to just pull only 20 void shards and call it a video. No, that's pretty low amount of shards to pull into a video. I might do it on the live stream though. If this is Sunday, so check out the live stream. I might pull maybe 10 void shards because I always want to be above the minimum shard requirement for void. That's why I'm not pulling this weekend. But anyways, if you want to grab yourself that void shards, let's go into the Ice Golem and see what that boss is all about. Yeah, like I said, I'm finding it at level 20. If you have a better team that can do it at hard 10, I'd love to see it. Drop the comments below. Void only, epic only team that can take down Ice Golem at a hard mode, hard 6, maybe hard 1 is even better than normal. So I love to see those type of teams, but I didn't bother to even attempt to fight this dungeon at hard mode with epics only. I just relied on my good old-fashioned team, 2 MVPs that we already know about in raid that have been doing great work. Now these are the only 2 champions you need in this battle. It's either you use Dark Kale or you use Venomage. Any of them you have can get the job done. But a lot of players will depend greatly on Venomage. Depending on how you build this champion, she might be able to keep herself alive to solo this content, or you might have to bring in a healer or a reviver along with her. So these are the only two pieces of the puzzle you need. Every other champion you see right here in this team is just for fancy. Now you could easily run it like that. You could easily run it. Even Deacon Armstrong in the leader slot could help Venomage get more speed, get more turn meter, especially for the waves. So Venomage could probably solo 20, but I did not try. I just wanted to bring in other champions along to make the wave 1 easier, because that wave 1 they do have a cleanse and a block debuff buff that can make it a little bit longer. So I brought in a seer to just nuke wave 1. So the seer is just to clear wave 1, all that. Seer does nothing for the boss. Seer might even be a problem for the boss. So but I did not turn off Seer's nuke, because you might tell Seer not to use a nuke, and her nuke actually works at this boss. So eventually I had to turn it off because she was triggering the boss too much. Another MVP that a lot of players will use in this content is our good old fashioned Phoenix. Phoenix has been known in raid for a long time with this A1 that has block revive. If you block revive the 2 side arts that the boss has, even block revive 1, you have a higher chance of surviving in this battle. So he is here only for that block revive. That's what most people think, but check out this A2 skill right here. This is also having block buff debuff. That means, those side arts, the 2 side arts that try to put block debuff buff on themselves, or you can also block their active skills so they can just lock them out. So this makes those side arts, if you're not able to kill them in 1 hit with a seer, you can go in there and lock them out so they can't even cleanse or do any counter attack on themselves, and begin to make that first wave clear very difficult. If you don't have a problem with the first wave clear, you can nuke them down, or you're not running only poisons for that first wave, then you might not even need him, except for this A1 skill that he brings. So in my battle that I've been watching right now, sometimes he blocks revive on 1 of the side arts on the boss. Sometimes he blocks revive on 2 of the side arts on the boss. Sometimes he doesn't get it at all, because other champions in the team keep killing the side arts. So if you're gonna bring in Phoenix in here, you usually want him to be your main source of damage when you're on the boss. Now, because I have a seer who has an A1 active, sometimes she kills the side arts instead of Phoenix. So it's all good. I did not need to bring in a revive with this team, because like I said, Dungeon 20 content at my level of the game is pretty easy. So those are the 3 champions I feel like will be very, very good. Venomage, Phoenix, and of course our good old-fashioned Dark Cave that you can get from the Doom Tower. Now there is one more champion I put in here in the leader slot instead of a Deacon Armstrong. Deacon Armstrong has a leech, which might be useful for you for the boss content if you need some healing right here. But I bring in Eurogrim instead, just because this champion has one of the buffs that Seer could nuke, and this champion also has 2 poisons that can contribute to the wave, because if you're not doing any big damage to the wave, you might have to rely on poison damage entirely, and the more poisons you have from Venomage and from Eurogrim 2-2, it takes the waves down faster, especially when I don't have an AoE nuker going in there to nuke the wave, or Seer's skill is on cooldown. So like I said, you might not need to bring in a seer in this battle. Now if you really want to make it work, I don't think there's any epic champion that can reset the cooldown of seer so she can use it again on wave 2. That's why I did not want to use her again in this battle. Positive effects decrease the cooldown. So if this could work, find an epic champion that can do this for seer, then that might be able to make the battle a little bit easier. Let me see. I'm looking for epics only. So that's just a few of them. As you can see, none of them have that ability to just make Seer get a ton instantly in wave 2. So that's why she's not very gonna be helpful for me in this battle. So immediately she nukes the wave 1, she literally useless in wave 2, and she's just standing there. Yeah, sometimes the side arts, the enemies in wave 2 can kill Phoenix, and it just dies there, and it doesn't come back to it doesn't come back at all, because like I said, I don't have a reviver. So I'll run the battle right here at stage 20. We'll see how it goes. I don't think there will be any need to run it at stage 24, because why am I saying 24? Because 24 gives you almost the same amount of chances to get 6-star legendaries, 6-star epics, on a lower chances of getting 5-star trash rares. So you have a higher chance of getting more points right here if you fight 24. Now you're trying to run away from this energy difference between 24 and 25, so it's recommended, even if you can fight 25, to always go for 24, especially the fact that the champions you just saw in the team, most of them are magic affinity. So this might be very, very good for this team, especially 2 of them right here, so the boss doesn't nuke them so hard and the boss will get weak hits against them sometimes, and they can survive longer also. So that's something to consider when you're building teams that can get this content done. All right, let me go over there and fight the battle. Hopefully it's going to be an easier one. Deacon or no Deacon? Now Deacon also makes the nuke from CI a lot easier, but I usually don't need him, especially for the boss where sometimes Deacon uses his turn meter field. Turn meter decrease for the boss where he reduces the boss's turn meter. I don't want that to happen. That's another reason why I took him out, because he was just there doing only A1s. I also do not want the boss to have decreased defense, which comes from Deacon also. That's why I moved him from the leader slot, because if the boss has decreased defense, we will hit the boss with our poison explosions and it will trigger his his counter attacks. That's why I don't want that to happen also. Check out the setup I did for Sia. Sia is starting up with this skill. Phoenix is starting up with the since Sia kills the first wave, I've told Phoenix not to use his skill. Now that means Phoenix will help me stop those other wave 2 from placing reflect damage. I hate that reflect damage from that wave 2, and if it's not done, they might have to, my Phoenix might have to go in there and nuke himself by trying to kill them and reflect the damage back to himself. So hopefully this stops them from reflecting the damage back to us. Even the Sia might even get killed. Or Sia is allowed to use a Karma Bond again in wave 2, but it comes in pretty late. And check out on the boss, I turned off all our skills. Now in the boss stage, even if you allow Sia to use her Karma Bond, it's still not such a bad idea. To even make this a lot more easier for me, I might have to allow Sia to use this skill. Why? Because I want her not to be nuking with her A1 all the time. I want her to sometimes, this skill does not hit the boss. So because I don't want her to be triggering the boss's counter attacks, which she normally does, that's why I'm turning on this skill right now. All right, let me try the battle and see how it goes. Eurogrim, like I said, is just there to help Sia with the first wave and then put more poisons on the boss. I did also turn off my Dark Kills poisons. That's another thing to consider. If you allow him to place his poison, Dark Kill, he will most likely use this poison on the side arts, and I hate that. So I totally turned it off on the boss at least. So he's not doing decrease attack for me. He's just there to activate the poisons that Eurogrim and Venomage has placed, which is a lot of poisons. So I'll show you the stats of this champion and how they are built at the end of this video. It's nothing new. It's still their old perception build, nothing really special about it except Sia, who is built really good. I have a dedicated video about every champion you see right here. I've done a guide on them, so if you can search that up, you'll see exactly how I build them and use them in different content besides the Ice Golem. So take a look at that. Super rates turned on to make this a lot easier. Let's fight the battle and see how it goes. I really want to know if this is even worth doing. I thought Sia was supposed to finish the nuke. Well, they're still not able to survive. Usually Sia just nukes them. Is it 24? No. This is 20. She's supposed to nuke them down. I hope I didn't change any champion's gear. And there you go. Block, buff, debuff. Very important in those two side arts, so they don't have a chance of doing that annoying skill. They're even asleep, so they might see. That's it. And sometimes if he goes into nuke, he kills himself instead. Phoenix. I hate when that happens. So that's why it works out that he uses this skill on the second wave instead of the first wave. There are times when you want Phoenix to use that skill on the first wave though. Alright, let's see how long it takes to take this boss down. It's normally less than 2 minutes because of Venomage alone can get it done. It's just the side art that she's targeting instead of the boss that makes it a little bit longer. Phoenix has a counter attack mastery, which is bad for this content. I had to remove his counter attack accessory, which is useful for arena, but for this content, see, there you go. He's gonna trigger the boss most of the time, and if you don't want that to happen, take out Phoenix from your team and just use only poisons to deal with this boss. Now there you go, see, killing the side arts again. I would have loved Phoenix to do the last blow, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. Almost had him. Sia is finishing the hit again. Trigger to come back to life again. So this is what all contributes to the battle being a little bit longer than it should. But hopefully this time Sia doesn't do the kill. It's Phoenix. Yes! Block revive. This is what you normally want to happen. Even if he misses the first time, you want him to get it the second or third time. When he goes in, Sia will go in first this time around. No, he got it. So Phoenix is very good for this battle. This makes sure it's now secure. Whatever the boss is trying to do, we're not going to get, he's not going to get them back. So block revive is what this champion is best known for in both Fire Knight content and in arena content also. I see it's Fire Knight again. Ice Golem content. So that's going to be a 2-minute run. It's usually less than 2 minutes at 33 points right here because of 2 battles. At level 20, you will be getting a lot of 5 stars. So take note of that. And if you're super endgame, of course, you're auto selling all this. Even without the RSL helper, I had to go into my multi battles right here and set up my filters to sell all 5 stars, at least for this level, and sell some flat stats for boots, chest, and glove right here, because I don't want all that filling up all my inbox space, which I don't even have much space left. Let me see. Yeah, I still have enough space maybe to fight this battle done. So that's the team that got it done for me. If I show you the stats of this champion, did you already see it when for the battle? The total stats of this champion are nothing special. From team setup, you can see them all at the same time here. No RSL part to show me all at the same time, but there you go. That's his speed, 259. I made sure Eurogrim is faster than the Sia to at least place that one buff that she might be able to strip and nuke the first wave. But besides that, I might change up this team. MVP Venomage is too slow though. 223 is very, very slow. But this is my Venomage I use for the Emus. Luna Archon, that's by her accuracy that high. She's not built for this content. She was built for Emus. Phoenix, nothing special. 269 crit damage, 93 crit rate. Very important on champions who do damage, and that's my Sia's damage right here with attack almost 5.6k. And then you see Ice Golem Dark Kill right here, 224, 104 crit rate, which is not that good because your A1 from this Dark Kill should not be triggering the boss's counter attack. So if you're going to build this Dark Kill to just be a poison explosion champion, you don't need him to be critting this Ice Golem boss. But for other content, definitely need crit rate, crit damage. But for this content, if you're going to build him just for here, you don't need crit rate on this champion. So his A1s does not trigger the boss's retaliation. Alright, that's this total stats of the champions that made this possible. I'd love to know in the comments the teams you're using to achieve this epic only Ice Golem battle so you can get your voice shards and summon it. So just let me say, just in case I picked up my one voice shard, and if I also summon it, let's see what I get. To just end the video in a nice way, because we're all getting one voice shard right from that Ice Golem. So after I'm done with all that battle, what do you think I'll get by summoning one voice shard? Wish me luck. Nah, just a rare. So all that work might just give you a rare, except you have more voice shards to summon. So better luck with your single voice shard summon or multiple voice shards summon during this 2x void weekend that is going on right now. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more daily raid content. You can refer to this video whenever this type of epic only Ice Golem tournaments come around. That's why I want to put it on the books, and so I can refer to it later in the future, because those teams will be scattered right now after I record this video. Later guys.